the first time I was physically abused was 3 months into our relationship, where I got a slap across the face.
And how is your current family life, or when you are adult? You have how many kids? You have two kids, yeah.
Yeah.
And how has that translated between your families and your husband/partner and your kids? How has that?
So my kids are good. Obviously, when we first left, there was a lot of trauma. There was a lot of bitterness. Oh, not bitterness, I would say. They said they were angry, they were sad, confused. It's probably the word I'm looking for, because they didn't know what's going on. But I've always tried to take what I went through and not put it onto them, and just try to do things differently for them. So they understand the things that I've been through. They understand the things that they've been through. I don't badmouth their father. They had their own relationship with him, and that's their relationship. So I don't try to put my feelings and things like that onto theirs. But they're good. Everybody's good. I'm in a much happier place now. I have a great partner who understands what I've been through, doesn't judge me for it, listens to me, supports me in everything that I do in this field. So we're doing good. We're doing good, yeah.
How's the journey from being, this is a difficult one for me to ask as well, from a journey from being an observer of domestic violence to be the recipient of the domestic violence? How do you see that to yourself?
It was when I was, I guess...
Not to minimize apologies, not to minimize that. No. Observing DV is also DV towards the child.
No, not at all. I think when I first got into the relationship, I was very young. I was 16. So I was already feeling so vulnerable and unloved from my parents and, my childhood. I just wanted attention, love, as any young girl does, So when he came along and he swept me off my feet and gave me everything I wanted, I felt special. Just a young girl in love, pretty much, spoilt me. But the abuse started very early on in my relationship. The first time I was physically abused was 3 months into our relationship, where I got a slap across the face from a text message from a school friend. And in that moment, I was like, I should leave. But I was getting love, I put that in quotes, love, from someone who I genuinely thought loved me, because I hadn't gotten attention and support for so long. So it's so weird, because I knew it was wrong, because I had witnessed everything my mum had gone through and how, she dealt with it, and then how I dealt with it and how it affected myself and all my siblings. But yet I still chose to stay in that, because I wanted someone to love me. If that, as weird as that sounds, I just wanted someone to love me. And the whole time I was in the relationship, 16 years, I always knew it was wrong. But by that time, I was just so intertwined with him, with, our lives together, and then our children came along, and then I wanted, the happy 2-parent family for them. I just continued to stay. One of my best friends at the time, she got married, and 6 weeks into her marriage, her husband slapped her. I was her number one advocate to leave. I told her, get out before it gets worse, all of that, whilst I was still in my relationship with my abusive partner. So it was like my heart and my mind knew it was wrong, but they just couldn't connect to make that decision to kind of leave.